Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. We were last in the arcades checking out Eyes. Let's go back and re-rate some of the games from last episode. Starting with Earthquake. I'm going to rate this the same we rated the other educational title by Bob Anderson and put both of these on the TRS-80 and the Commodore VIC-20 at 1 star. So sadly, Earthquake is going to be a 1-star game. And El Diablero, while it did have really cool aero-directional control for a text adventure game, it doesn't live up to the same standards as the other games by Adventure International or Sierra Online, so I'm going to put both El Diableros at 2.5 stars. And finally, Eyes. In the arcade, after playing it after the live show, I'm going to give Eyes a 3.5-star rating, so above average compared to all the other games you could play right now in the arcade. And with that, let's see who our sponsor is tonight.
Than a speeding waitress. Faster than a short order cook. Faster even than a drive-up window. It's fast food from Telesis, the hot new video game for your Atari VCS. Eat all the fast food you can, burgers, shakes, fries, as fast as you can, but watch out for the purple pickles. That's tummy trouble.
Pickles?
Fast Food, another very funny video game for your Atari VCS from Telesis, the fun and games people, of course.
It's the funnest game, I guess? Here we go on the Atari VCS. This is Fast Food. This marks our 140th game that's available on the Atari VCS right now. Let's take a look at the box for Fast Food. Oh, that's quality. Very, very nice. Of course, the classic Atari boxes are very, very good, but you gotta admit, this one pops. Looks more like we're playing something from an advertisement or marketing scheme. This one is by Telesis. This is the second game we've seen on the Atari VCS after Coconuts. Fast Food, and I'm sure most people are familiar with this one. I'm familiar with Fast Food. Hey, the cover even has the purple pickles back there. Everything's flying out of the fast food joint. Let's flip it on the back. Burgers, fries, shakes, pizza flying at sub-gastronomical speeds. All we need is the Atari VCS joystick for it. If you think Fast Food was good enough for some belly laughs, try other Telesis games. And the only one that's out there right now is Coconuts. What's the other artwork we have for Fast Food? I like the way it looks, though. Front of the box is pretty cool. Either that one or the reconstructed box. Yes, maybe it would be. We're going to hear some burps for sure. There's some marketing than you would have seen in magazines for the time by Telesis. Fun in games. They call this one a funny game. So you want to buy the game to make you laugh because it's funny just to see food being eaten on the screen, I guess. Oh, look, it says it boasts random patterns, 1 or 2 players, Atari VCS compatible, competitive prices, and it says a 32K ROM. I don't believe we've seen them advertise the memory for a game on the Atari VCS, but at least in that catalog it is. So there you go, the Atari VCS. We're going to pop in this cartridge by Telesis, another one of the third-party publishers in the myriad that are out there for the Atari home computer, and then just a reconstructed box, an example of a screenshot. Here's the manual for Fast Food. It's the game instructions and calorie chart. And even it's still saying Sears Telegame Video Arcade besides the VCS. I always refer to it as the VCS because I grew up with the classic grill with all the options for the Atari and never had the Sears one. Stuff yourself. Beware of the purple pickles. Catch too many and your binge is over. No matter how much you eat, you never gain a pound. Oh, so that's the draw of the game. Just keep eating as much as you can. So the object of the game is to get fatter, consuming as many calories as you can before you get your fill of purple pickles and the snack bar closes. Don't eat the purple pickles. For fast food preparation, it shows you how to begin the game. And then for to binge the game, you can do a 2-player game, but 2-player games are alternate play. It shows us how to get fatter and fatter, just basically collecting as much food as possible, and even offers some helpful hints, just like in the old school Atari manuals. Yes, Chiptune, there's not that much lore for fast food, but I'm surprised whenever we do find lore here on the show. There's the calorie count or the number of points that you're going to get for everything. Green pickles are very low, but cheeseburgers, got to get those cheeseburgers, pizzas, and french fries. And it explains the 2-player game alternate play. You take turns there. Pretty simple for gameplay. There are some different versions. There is the PAL region has a Starsoft. In Germany, it was called Der Vierfraß. And in Brazil, it was published by Xerox. And then we have a fast food hat called Fat Albert, which is kind of cool. Let's pop in and play the first one. This is Fast Food by Jack Woodman and Don Ruffcorn of Telesis, the beginning of October 1982. It's beginning with a cool attract mode on our Atari system. It's another one of those collectors genre video games. I know, right? Now we want some fast food for real. Obsidian Arcade, I am with you. I'm just going to hit reset and go. I believe, yeah, we do have game variations. Oh, that's all we have. It's only 1 or 2 players. There's no other options for the game. So pretty simple. Let's go with a 1-player game and reset. Hit the red button, and then we're in. Avoid the purple pickles. Eat everything that's possible. There's a cheeseburger. Nice. In a way, it feels like I'm playing a sideways Kaboom. But Kaboom didn't have anything you were supposed to avoid. It was just keeping them from dropping at the bottom. But yeah, just go. Eat it all and avoid the purple. I do find this more engaging or more fun than coconuts, which was just avoiding coconuts being thrown at you from a monkey. And I do kind of have a soft spot for this one because I grew up playing fast food. I'm sure a majority of people had this one. We're getting fatter. I know that's true. If we know the future, we know there's going to be an even better one later. This one's like, feels more prototype-ish. Oh, got a purple pickle. Don't want to get those. I don't believe so, mainly. We've seen some other games that have copyright on the screen. I'm looking more at the Fox video games. I don't think Journey had copyright when we played that one. But as far as one of these games where you're supposed to collect or pick up all of them, I play more, had more fun with some of the games we've seen recently, like Beanie Bopper. Definitely the Worm War, but those involve shooting elements. This one is just picking up and avoiding everything else. You can see it's getting faster and faster and faster. And we're getting fatter and fatter and fatter. Is this the reason that everyone in the United States just got fatter and fatter because they played this game? Fast food. Oh, there we go. We get the burp, indigestion, and then it's closed. Yeah, Brian, this one has memories for me as well. But very, very simple gameplay. I would prefer this over Kaboom if I was going to have to choose one over the other. I would consider this classic too. Gameplay works really well. This is the kind of game you'd expect to play on the Atari VCS. At this point, I wouldn't want to show someone this game and expect them to think this is what's typical on consoles in 1982, because after playing everything, there is much more complicated games. There is games that aren't just arcade or Twitch. So you can't be playing other things besides this, but most people, when they think of the Atari VCS, this is the kind of gameplay they expect. Yes, maybe it does. It's going faster and faster. Oh, I missed the cheeseburger. You just... Oh, nope, nope. Don't let the purple pickles get you. I can see the hamburgers, too. Nice. I know, I'm trying to avoid nostalgia goggles as well, Brian, and rate these, like, based on all the games we've seen. I was a little harsh whenever we got to Kaboom, which is a classic just because it was simpler gameplay, and this one's simpler, too. So there you go. Of all the games you could play right now on a home console, what would you give Fast Food? Obviously, this is the 140th game you could play on the Atari VCS, and this gameplay, there is better ones that you could be playing out there. Like, I would actually call this one better, or I'd rather play Journey Escape over Fast Food, considering the other games. Chiptune's going 3.25, which we can't do. A little over average. Mainly's actually going subpar with 2.5 stars. Hunter's saying subpar, considering all the games that are out there. I'm going to be a little more kind and say it's average of all the games you can play right now on a home console, across all consoles. Yeah, Steve's going 4, loves the game. Very, very nice. I'm seeing around averages. Obsidian's 3 as well. So I'm going to say 3 stars for everything so far on a home console. Fast Food's still a good time. And Kaboom would be a better title. All right, let's see what's next. Coming up next, it's the Sinclair ZX81, and this is Fisherman. Fisherman is part of Sinclair users, so we're going to type in another video game. Flip to the right page of the October issue. Fisherman's a very straightforward game for the computer novice. It works on the unexpanded ZX81, and we're the Fisherman, casting a line with F if we're successful, and that's it. You type in the game, and you play. Let's type in and play some Fisherman by Colin Link. Typed in whenever you could in October 1982. We're typing in right now in the beginning. You're not going to watch me type the whole thing in, but here it is. This is Fisherman. This marks our 67th game we played on the ZX81 and or also Timex Sinclair 1000. This is the game. This is all Fisherman is. It's a one-button game. You hit F, you drop a line. We did it! We got a fish! And I think that's it, right? Yeah, you go to the next screen. All you do is you time it and you drop it. It's like we're playing a Nintendo Game & Watch or a handheld game on a home computer. There are much better ZX81 games than this, and this does not define what the ZX81 is all about. Hopefully, if you're watching this show, you've seen everything else that's been on the ZX81 and know that this computer can do way more and have really impressive games. I'm looking at Mazogs. I'm looking at multi-scrolling, but yeah, this is... Whoa, this is rough. Yep, and that's it. For a type-in game, that's pretty much what I'd expect. Of all the games you can play right now on any home computer, not just the ZX81, I'm going to have to go way low. If you want to play some real fishing, Angler Danglers in the arcades right now, and of course we got Fishing Derby on the Atari VCS. I'm going to say half star. 0.5 of all the games so far. Obsidian seeing 1. Yep, I'm seeing lower ratings, definitely. Even lower than that. Very Nice Manly with 2 stars. Yeah, it was very little lines of code. They didn't use that much code for it. You can see it only fit on 1 page, and we played type-in games that amassed several pages. Yep, Curtis is with me with half star as well. We won't be punting it into the sun. We'll cast another line and see what our next title is. It's time to play on the Atari home computer. This is Floyd of the Jungle. I am not familiar with Floyd of the Jungle. I've been pleasantly surprised with several games on the Atari. Let's check out Floyd of the Jungle and see what it's all about. On the Atari 8-bit line of computers, this is our 352nd video game, Floyd of the Jungle. Artwork looks very cheesy and corny, obviously taking from Tarzan and George of the Jungle. That was a cartoon from the 60s. But it's Floyd. It's not George of the Jungle. Here's the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. Share your computer with the family. It's a jungle adventure with a friend. Everyone can play together in this exciting jungle adventure, it says. And I want to point out that it also has the ad for Hellcat Ace. At this time, you'd be able to play Hellcat Ace 2, but we're just playing Floyd first because I really couldn't differentiate between either Hellcat came out before Floyd of the Jungle. But we'll be seeing Hellcat Ace really, really soon. That one's another big one. By Microprose. Oh, so cool. There's the 5 1/4 floppy disk. We're going to pop in for that. Oh, yes, the Weird Al song, Curtis. Definitely. There's an example of the screenshot for Floyd of the Jungle. We also have the manual, too. Some more crazy fun artwork there. This is Microprose, and this marks the second game we played after Chopper Rescue. And this one is the third game that's developed by Sid Meier. First one we saw was Formula 1 Racing, and then on Microprose, Chopper Rescue. Floyd of the Jungle. Oh, man, look at this old school typing. And I wonder if Sid Meier typed this in himself. Deep in the sweltering jungle, young Floyd dashes through the lush underbrush. His eyes dart from side to side, looking for a juicy bird to spice up the evening meal. Look at this story. It shows the whole story of you playing the game as Floyd. It even breaks down some of the points in the story. Well done. I'm going to give the credit to Sid Meier. Way to go, Sid. You need a 400-800 computer, at least 32K of memory to play this one, and you have to have BASIC to play. Later, there's going to be a revision of this where you won't need BASIC. It's done completely in machine language. So I think that's 83. So this one is the very first time you could play it. Here's the big one. Floyd of the Jungle can be played from 1 to 4 players at the same time. I just want everyone to let that soak in. 4 players at the same time. You just type in the number of players and there you go. You have different options too, by easy, medium, or tough to play. And then you can even do handicaps in the game as well. The object of the game is become the first player to earn the number of points selected at the start of the game. So in other words, you just choose what you want the goal to be. You get points for collecting birds, pygmies, and 4 points for reaching Janice first. So I guess the damsel in distress is Janice. If you get to under your 60 seconds or with a handicap. In the single-player games, the score will be calculated based on the total number of points, and then Floyd can move around, jump on vines, use the joystick to control Floyd's motion. Sounds really, really exciting at this time. You have to avoid snakes, monkeys, pygmies, alligator jaws, tiger teeth, water, darts, elephant feet. If you encounter any of these, you have to start over at the bottom of the screen. You can pause with a spacebar like usual with all the games on the Atari home computer, and if you enjoy it, let Microprose know. And then here you go, the other games that are out there right now. Hellcat, we'll be seeing very, very shortly. Nice. Someone called that number. That's right. We don't have that many games with 4-player support. So let's pop in and play some Floyd of the Jungle. This is by Sid Meier of Microprose at sometime at the beginning of October 1982. So excited. This one's going to be released, or a re-release later that's in machine language, but then in around 1984, this is released on the Commodore 64. So maybe you've heard of Floyd of the Jungle on that one. Right now, this is the very first time we've seen Floyd of the Jungle. Okay, Floyd, we're ready to go. Got an opening with giant Floyd letters. And we get a beat and a tune. I'm kind of expecting it now on the Atari home computer to give us some music before we play the game. Oh yes, Errol, that's a very good one. Won't see that one till next year. Alright, so let's go ahead and push start to begin. How many players? Let's do a one-player game. Let's just see how it works one player. Ready? One player. Player one's name. Awesome. Let's do it. Player one going in. Level can be easy, and if you want to switch it up, you can do easy, medium, or tough. I'm going to start with the easy game, and then it has first to 20 points. So we'll just keep it that one and then hit start. You also can get options for handicap if you use the trigger. Here we go. I am Floyd. It is a platformer, a single-screen platformer. Can I pick up one of the pygmies? Yes, nice. Whoa, that's pretty epic. So Floyd still does what most platformers do. If I jump, I'm committed to it. I can't make any changes, but Floyd can jump and climb? That's awesome. You rarely see that. So you have some freedom a little bit, but honestly, it feels a little bit like the platforming of Donkey Kong on the Atari VCS. The only thing that's better is the way that you're able to jump and climb up the ladder at the same time. Look at that, and even stand still. That's cool. All right, so we got to get over to Janice. I'm trying to remember the name now. Can we do it with a jump? Go! Yes! Make it, and Chrono wins! Floyd of the Jungle. Did I even get any points? It shows everything. How many birds I picked up, pygmies, how many times I won, and points. And then if you want to continue, go push start. So lots of stats. Then you go move on to the next level. Very, very cool. Platforming. Yes, Sid Meier is one of the greats. I've been very surprised with the first few games. Formula 1 was a top-down racing game that scrolled around the screen, which was awesome. And then Chopper Rescue was another really, really fun one. That one did have 4-player support, but it was kind of different. It was like a 4-player support, but you had 2 people that could control the chopper different ways, and then 2 people control the chopper a different... I can't go down. So you didn't play all 4 at the same time. It was like you took turns with it. This one doesn't look... How am I going to get over to the other side? Oh, maybe I got to jump over this. Can I jump over the alligator? Let's see. You can! All right, I'll take it. But, nope, yep, the lion will kill you. I know, isn't this amazing? This is running in BASIC. I had to have BASIC for this to work. And I haven't seen it yet, but what I've been told is the next revision in 1983 runs even smoother than this. Oh, we touched the side and died. How am I going to get all the way up to Janice? The biggest platformer right now on home computers is Miner 2049er, or one of the biggest ones. This one doesn't play quite as good, and notice how small the character is compared to Miner 2049 or other platformers we played. But it still works all right. And plays all right. All happening on the same screen. Oh, look, he's stuck in the... I have to climb a little higher. There we go. Enemies can wrap around the screen, but you cannot. All right, here, let's go up there and then just drop, right? Yeah, that's better. Nice. Okay, now I remember to make myself jump over the enemies to make it the other side. Can I make this jump? It lets me do it. Nice. Keep going. Grab the ladder and climb up. The jumping and climbing is really, really cool. We haven't experienced that in a platformer. The only one that comes to mind is Monkey Shines on the Odyssey 2 and the Philips Video Pack, but that one wasn't like jumping and climbing. It just gave you more freedom in your jump. Like you had ducking and sliding in Monkey Shines. So cool. All right, I'm going to go with a reset. We're going to reset the whole thing. Oh, I guess we won't do that one. We'll go ahead and exit out of the game. And I'm going to go back in and show you where Floyd of the Jungle really, really shines. And that is the multiplayer capabilities of Floyd of the Jungle. What do they mean by 4-player simultaneous platforming? How is that going to work? Yeah, Punk Rock's thinking forward. Let me show you a little bit more. I'm gonna go 4 players. And let's put everybody in from chat. Let's do Punk Rock. Will be player 1. Last person before that was Errol. Before that was Paul. And before that was Curtis. All right, so we got all 4 players. Let's go ahead and do again level easy and push start. I have 2 controllers plugged in. I do not have all 4 plugged in. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is a multiplayer simultaneous platformer. So you're all working, or I shouldn't say working together, you're all competing on the same screen to go and get the rescue the damsel or get as many points as you can. This is what's epic about it. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Now, obviously, I'm holding 2 joysticks, and there's even 2 other people that are still there, but 4 players simultaneous, all at the same time platforming. And in a way, it kind of turns into a race because by the time you get to the end, it's going to give you a score based on your points that you picked up and then who was the first one to get there. This is very, very impressive, especially that it was written in BASIC. All right, I'll try to go to the top. Yeah, I died that time. But every time you die, you just go back to the beginning. So everyone will be having to fight to try to get as many points as they can and go to the end. That is so cool. Now, to put in perspective, 4-player games are all the rage, and they've been in our arcade and they've been on the Atari home computer. But as far as all the games that you could be playing right now, obviously there's the sports games, you know, the football, the hockey, and the soccer that are 4-player simultaneous. But there is no platformer right now that has multiplayer capabilities. The only one is Joust. Joust allows you to have 2 people playing a platformer, and that's only in the arcades right now. So this game right here is doing a 4-player platform game. Yes, I know, right? I'm seeing over in the chat, everyone's ratings are going up a little bit more too. You may have considered monkey shines because one person could platform, the other person could simultaneously make adjustments to the level, but you're not platforming at the same time. And of course, the other really good 4-player games that are out there are like Astro Warriors and Asteroids, 4-player Asteroids. But platformers, 4-player, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to have to say this is one of the best computer games you could play right now, and I'm going to hit it with 4.5 stars. Yeah, I see lots of high ratings, 4 ratings out there, hunters with 4.5. No, right? Maybe even later, yeah. Because it's running in BASIC, and because we have no other experience of video games that are able to do this, this is really, really fun. If you had 4 people to play on a home computer, this would be the party game. It'd be really, really fun to be able to compete on a platformer all at the same time. So pleasantly surprised with Floyd of the Jungle. That is amazing. All right, let's see what our next title is. Coming up next, we're going to the United Kingdom again to play on our Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is Football Manager. Another big, big title. Here's the cassette case for Football Manager. Our very first game by Addictive Games on the ZX Spectrum. This was first released on the ZX80 and ZX81 and TRS80 in January this year, and then it went everywhere on all these home computers. So this is the one we're playing on the ZX Spectrum. This is our 97th game we've played here on Chronologically Gaming on the ZX Spectrum. Oh yeah, look at all the features of the game. And it says matches are in 3D graphics. Yes! Richard's here with the ZX Spectrum symbol. I love it. So this one was released and re-released several times. Besides the cassette case, here's the ads you would have seen in magazines. The #1 football game is what they boast here. Soccer or football European. And there he is, Kevin Toms. They even have it on the front of the re-release box. So there you go. Another ad for Football Manager showing you a few screenshots. And they're the re-released, the box or actual box, designed by Kevin Toms, and even showing you a screenshot of the 3D color graphics. And then another later box. This was released a lot. You can see at the top right of this one. Combined sales of over 300 units. It's the #1 football game. There's the cassette the cassette we're going to pop in to our ZX Spectrum and play. And there's an example of the screenshot. I'm not going to actually go in the manual because it's a homebrew one. So lots of different versions re-released by Prism Leisure Corporation, and then later in other regions too. Let's pop in and play Football Manager. This is by Kevin Toms, and our first game by Addictive Games at sometime in the beginning of October 1982. Here you go. Who is this? Type your name. We are Chrono. Oh man. This is the very first sports simulation game that we played. Computer baseball, we've already played. Computer quarterback and computer baseball strategy have been the strategy sports titles. This one is the very first strategy sports title for a European football or soccer. So now we get to play what kind of team we want. We're obviously going to go with Manchester United. Gotta go Manchester United. And then what's our skill level? Well, I don't consider myself a super expert. I'm an expert. So we'll go with 5. I'm an expert on how to play these games. Really funny choice there. Enter your team colors. You can go with black or white. Let's go with black. So they begin with just a few questions, and then it goes into the game. And this one plays like other management simulations where you get to choose or pick and choose different things. So here you go. You can sell players, print your score, obtain a loan, pay off a loan, change the skill level, change the number of players, or save the game. Or if you're ready to go, type 99 and let's go. That's it. League match division versus Manchester United and Blackpool. Hit enter to continue. Got it. And now here's where you can make your decisions. There's a number of players picks. You can change the teams or type 99 to continue. Looks like our energy is pretty good. Midfield's not doing so good. Blackpool has got us, really got us there. Our defense looks nice, though. I'm just going to continue. And then now, the other cool part of this one, considering the other games, we did see this in Computer Baseball Strategy, but this one shows you a highlight of it. And look, it's in an isometric view, which they called 3D at the time. It gives you these highlights of the game. And then we get goal. Well, that was Blackpool. We want Manchester United to score a goal. And then you watch through a few of the highlights, and then you decide which decisions or changes you want to make to the game. This one is extremely influential as far as sports strategy games go, and they even show the no goal. That's funny. As far as the other games we've seen that are this kind of genre, this one plays much better. It's more streamlined. It has a nice presentation with this showing the highlights. Blackpool defended us. Darn, I thought our defense was good. That's right, Errol. And we got one. Oh, no, that was Blackpool again. I thought Blackpool was in. Uh-oh, so not looking good. We lost that round. Enter to continue. And then other matches going up next. Shows you who's playing. And then the reason that this one hits better than the other Sims or strategy sports games is because it just has menus like this that give you a few different options to pick and choose from, and then you can move on. So it works great at this time, and it's not as difficult to get into. It's really, really fun. And this one influenced lots and lots of titles that we're going to see in Europe. So there you go, the very first time we've seen Football Manager. This one began a series of video games. The first game we saw by Addictive Games. It is amazing. Of all the games you can play right now, I'm sure it's not everyone's cup of tea, but you got to admit, we're still seeing football simulations and sports simulations and strategy games nowadays. It all started with this, at least in Europe. This one's huge. So I'm actually thinking around 3.5 or 4 stars of all the games you could play right now for home computers, just because of how well it's done, considering this genre. Yeah, Richard's in the chat saying it played it for hours. So yeah, I'm thinking around 3.5 stars so far. Curtis is even saying 4. Yeah, it depends on if this is what you like or not. Because of how influential this gets copied and copied so much. I'm going to go 4 stars. Of all the games you can play right now on a home computer. Very, very well done sim. Nice. I like it. Alright, it's time to put the video game playing on pause, or save our quest and restore at another time. Next time on Chronologically Gaming, our arcade friend makes his official debut on computers, or he hops to the computers. That's it for today, and like I always say, I'll be the judge of that. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.